Hey, what's up, you guys? John here. So we are getting ready to step into a massive recession, a huge one. And I'm going to cover two new things that you have definitely not heard about because mainstream media is not covering it. No one's talking about it, but it is concerning to say the least. So the first, I received a DM on Instagram, and in this DM, there's a screenshot of a letter that all these tenants at a building in Ventura County were given. And what this letter states is that tenants are mandated to get tested for Rona. And if they do not get tested, then they're going to be facing consequences. They're going to have 24-hour security, 7 days a week inside that building. So you're not allowed to leave your unit. You're a prisoner inside of your unit. And there's other consequences as well. So I'm reading this letter and I'm thinking, this does not make any sense. This is definitely fake. I don't believe it. Then I slept on it and I said, you know what? Next day I drove there. It's like an hour and a half away. I drove there and what I learned was shocking. I'm going to share everything in this video. And then on top of that, I think, okay, well, maybe it's just Ventura County. Maybe it's just California. But then I realized, what happens in California generally happens in New York. Then I saw something else where a man was threatened to be taken to jail if he didn't properly wear his face covering. Threatened to take him to jail. He was issued a citation. So I definitely see a strict lockdown coming. I see much more responsibility pushed onto landlords because what tenant can afford to pay rent and live a decent life if these new types of restrictions are pushed on the masses? So I definitely see property prices dropping in a big way. And the lockdowns we're seeing now and the implications we're seeing now are nothing like we've seen 2 months ago. I'm telling you, we're going to see something scary. So watch the video all the way to the end and drop your comments below. What do you think is going to happen in this economy? Where do you see the rest of this year going? All right, guys, let's begin. So here's the letter that I received. Vista Del Mar Commons, 137 South Palm Street residents. Urgent. Ventura County Public Health mandatory blank 19 testing and quarantine. If I say the word, I'm going to get demonetized. So you guys can just fill it in for me. Dear residents, due to the recent blank outbreak at the Palms building, the Ventura County Public Health Department has ordered a mandatory blank testing and quarantine for all residents at 137 South Palm Street. Mandatory blank testing will be at Palms Community Room on Friday, July 17, 2020, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. All residents residing at 137 South Palm must be tested for the blank. After testing has been completed, all residents must quarantine in their unit until test results are received. More information will be provided as it becomes available. Effective immediately, the Palms building has been placed on lockdown. Except for essential workers, no one will be able to enter or exit the building during the lockdown. Security personnel will be posted on all entrances of the building 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All residents' key cards will be deactivated during the lockdown. Please be aware the Palms building is a non-smoking building and smoking will not be permitted in common areas and units. If you have any questions or need additional information, please contact me at. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding during these challenging times. Stay safe by keeping your distance and wearing a mask. Sincerely, Nelly Venezuela, property manager. I mean, that is mind-blowing. That is crazy. As I'm doing this drive, I get there and I see a new notice on the door. It looks like there's a ton of complaints from the building residents, and I actually spoke with one of these residents. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But there's a ton of complaints, and I believe there's attorneys that were drawn into this situation. But it shows the direction that California is taking. And California and New York generally see things eye to eye. and then other states tend to follow. So if this is the direction that we're going, then we need to take this into consideration. We have not seen anything just yet. And as we see this pain, you want to know what to do with real estate investing. You want to be prepared. You want to have good credit. You want to just be a lean, mean machine getting ready to dominate. Because as the saying goes,
never waste a good crisis.
So I get there, and security is inside at the desk, and the door's locked. I asked the security to come let me in. I wanted to talk to the security guard. They refused to greet me, and there was just one notice on the door. And this is the notice. Ventura County Public Health. Rescission of blank quarantine order. The Ventura County Health Officer hereby orders the immediate rescission, termination, of the blank quarantine order previously served on the below named person or place, all residents of Vista Del Mar Commons, 137 South Palm Street, Ventura, place of isolation. Robert Levin, MD, Ventura County Health Officer. Wow. So I see that, and then I'm looking for a tenant at the building. I want to verify to see, how bad it was on the first measure of the first lockdown. And this is the chain of events that she told me. She said, first, everyone was asked to get tested. It was optional, but they just asked if they would be willing to do it. A handful of people agreed to doing it. The next day, they said it was mandatory. And the day after that, they issued this notice, put this on the front door, and said everyone must get tested, everyone. And then the next day, they locked everyone's key card so no one could go in or out of the building. And then the following day, everyone got served a 3-day notice to vacate the building if they would not comply. So basically, they were going to get kicked out of their home if they would not comply with this request. Yeah, this sounds crazy. It's almost like a movie, right? And I was blown away. And now, now things change. Things change. They're going back. However, what's most important is we see the direction that this is going. It's going forward. It's not going backwards. The second wave has not yet started. And what I'm saying here is if you're thinking about investing in real estate, you're thinking about buying real estate, wait. Just wait a little bit. Study your market. Learn. Be patient, because I have a feeling we're going to see much stricter lockdowns at a lot of locations. I mean, in Florida, they're cracking down as well. This is something that I saw in Florida that was really concerning.
But even outside, like I just literally had it over my mouth.
This is the thing, dude. So you understand. You got to wear it properly. Everyone else is wearing it properly. We're wearing it properly. Doing this does not help anybody. You're still...
I'm on the phone as you talk. And I'm outside and I was on the phone.
The problem is, this is the thing, dude. So you understand. You have to wear it properly. If you're not wearing it properly, it's not like you're wearing it at all.
What am I signing here?
It's a civil citation.
Okay, can I not sign it? I don't really want to.
Okay.
You don't want to not sign it, bro. That's
this is the thing, man. It's $110.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
You can just put it in court.
Let me finish. It's $110, but you don't have to necessarily pay $110. You can call, you can do community service, you can do a different thing in order to supplement for it.
You don't
so I would suggest you take it. If you don't take it, I don't want to arrest you.
You're going to arrest me for
not signing the civil citation.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, man. Dude, what year is this?
So both of those situations to me are crazy, because 5 or 6 months ago, none of us would have ever predicted something like this, to where it's getting that crazy, that strict. Lockdowns are that heavily enforced. People at one point were locked in their apartments like prisoners, not allowed to leave. And if you're not wearing your mask correctly, you're going to be fined or taken to jail if you refuse. What's clear to me is 3 months ago or 2 months ago, Florida was very lenient. I was there. I was in Clearwater Beach. I was all over the place, Miami, and everything was cool. No one was wearing a mask. Bars were open, restaurants were open, they were full capacity, and it was as if nothing happened. Now we're seeing this huge wave in Florida where it's getting heavily enforced. We're seeing California and New York and all of these other states talking about all of these new cases, and what's going to happen is clear. Is we're moving into a stricter lockdown, and that's why right now is a horrible time to buy real estate. it's a very bad time. Just because a piece of property or a stock or an asset was worth something 6 months ago does not mean it's going to be worth the same price or close to that price 6 months from now. What this means is that we're going into a quote-unquote new normal, but it's going to be a new type of pricing we're going to start to see. And I know some of this information can be shocking. And that being said, if you smash the like button, then more people will be notified and shown this because YouTube will show it in the suggested. And the more people that we educate about what's happening right now, the better I think everyone's going to be and the more prepared everyone's going to be when the market crashes. So that being said, smash that like button, drop your comments below. What are your thoughts about what's happening right now? And subscribe. If you're a new subscriber, let me know and I'll personally welcome you to the channel. All right, guys, until next time.